Why, hello there, artists and iconoclasts alike. Shams Nelson here from Pen and Blade. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at these Arteza art supplies that they sent me. If I can ever get this in focus. Aha, there we go. And here are some drawings I initially made with this. I just got these in the mail. They sent them over for me to review. So I'm going to tell you guys about it. And there'll be a link in the description. You can open up in a new tab and just listen and browse their good selection if you wish, or you can just open up a new tab and type in arteza.com. It's not about the money. It's about collaborating with cool art companies, artists, and building a collaborative world-building community like we have on Discord. So let me go ahead and give you my initial overview, but once the watercolor sketchbook comes in, I think I'm going to have to do a little more in-depth review and technique guide based on, learning actual watercolor techniques, because this is just my regular sketchbook, and as you can see, I tried to use the watercolor pen on this one, but when I used actually the watercolor pens, you know what? Let's just get into it. All right, and then we'll work from there. So boom. I'm gonna start a new page. I'm gonna start a new drawing. Let me move my stuff over. And all right, tip number 1: don't leave your art supplies out in the sun. Look at this. You can even see through there the little condensation, but this box totally got warped because it's plastic and I left it in like 90-degree sun. So just don't leave anything precious, don't leave anything in the sun unless it's meant to be left in the sun. Probably sun is more powerful than you might expect. But the good news is this was also left in the sun, and you can see how vivid the colors still remain. All right, so that's a good sign. All right, so all right, let's go into the sun. Let's go into the sun. Let's go into the sun. All right. So what I was thinking of doing is to draw a quick character using the fantastic anatomy method, but I think I need a pencil. You know what? I don't need a pencil. I'm going to use some of these. So here are the Fineliner pens, the 24. All right, this isn't the way they were organized color-wise when they came. I reorganized them because I like to put the light colors on the right, all right? And these are all really vivid colors. If you like vivid colors, it seems like Arteza, that might be their thing. Let me get this out of the sun, but look at this. We'll get to these babies soon. But their thing seems to be really vivid colors. I think you can see on that one, you could the condensation from the water of the brush pen being left in the sun too long. So I'm gonna put this out here. It's okay. So really vivid colors. And those drawings you saw before were a combination of the two, but the light ones, so what I mean by light ones are ones that are light enough that you can draw over them with another color. So you could do an initial sketch with this and then come back with these. So let's go ahead and just maybe grab this light orange, whatever, or it's like a pinkish orange, and I'll start doing some drawing in the fantastic anatomy method. See, even this is quite vivid. You know what I'm saying? Let me try another one. That's one of the main things. Like I was gonna this is an informal review of both the Fineliner and the brush pens, because first I need to get a little more acquainted with them, but also I think the paper you use is gonna have an effect. So see how like vivid and these colors are. It doesn't actually looks way more vivid on here. I was actually looking at the camera screen, but how can I get it so that the contrast is much higher on the camera than it is in real life? Interesting. It makes me wonder what maybe my eyes are more vivid than other human beings' eyes. His eyes is. All right. I don't know. But let's go ahead and grab the brush pen. All right, actually, let me try a couple more little colors. This is going to be a little crazy. This is going to be a little crazy, you guys. All right? I'm going to do this guy neck. And let's make this guy more interesting. We're going to make him an elf at least. At least. Which means we should make the head maybe a little smaller. And I'm going to make him looking fierce. And, yeah. All right. Something like that. I'm not really digging this drawing, but it's okay. We're just trying to get point. Oh, and I really like sketching with these pens. That's one of the main things. I would say if you're like the kind of person who likes to do, this kind of like rough sketching or sketching from real life, and just using the Fineliner pens as like a sketch pen can be really fun. It feels really soft, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not really doing this the way I wanted to because I wanted to use a pencil to use to make the initial sketch, because when you do that, you can actually erase the pencil away at the very last stage. See what I'm saying? Like even after I do the painting. Let's grab some of these brush pens. Do a little bit of painting. So one thing about it is that there aren't, for me, I like to do a lot of light colors. I guess, and I think this is interesting because this is actually forcing me to use more vivid colors, which I think is probably a good thing. Like, look at this, man. This is not the kind of color scheme I would normally have done. All right, I'm trying to get this in focus for y'all. See, so I would usually do a much lighter blue for the clouds and even the hills and even the shadows. Maybe I would even keep them lighter. Like this is a little bit closer, but even the ground would be much lighter. And then here, yeah. So like I would probably do the skin tone lighter on this guy, for instance. But this is the lightest skin tone. Here's a smart little move. This is the most disorganized review you guys have ever seen. Look at this, how the color is on the back. Can you guys see that? The color is on the back. And why is that good? Why is that wise? Because you can lose the caps or put the wrong cap on the wrong thing. These have clear caps, but you're never going to lose the bottom. The bottom's attached to the thingy, all right? And in addition, these ones have it on the bottom and the top. All right, so you always know which pen you're actually using. You won't get if you get the caps mixed up, it shouldn't bother you too much, all right? I think that's pretty important. It's an important design feature. I'm gonna grab a dark one. I'm just gonna grab the black, and I really like this black brush pen, I gotta say. And the prices are pretty reasonable. Now, the one thing I'll say before I forget is I would have, if I was gonna go for these, I would grab more colors, because I'm finding that I'm having to choose what colors I want based on what's available. So sometimes I'll want like to use a blue, but the blue that I have available is too dark and I don't have a lighter blue. So that makes it a little more difficult, or a little bit. But at the same time, it also kind of forces me to be a little more creative. And the other thing that's kind of cool is that working with any kind of new medium, any kind of new art supplies that you're not used to, forces you to think and work and act and play in a brand new way. In new ways that you never. I'm just gonna make this guy bald because I don't want to worry about hair right now. I'll give him a buzz cut with a different color. All right. So it's hard to do this because I have to hold the camera, and I'm trying to look at where I'm drawing as opposed to. But look how nice and black this is. And the other brush pen I use, it's more of like actually a pen. This feels more like a brush. Like this has a painterly feel and quality to it. And the paints come out really nice. Not too gooey, meaning like it's not dripping and bleeding, but not too, what's it called? It's not hard to, it flows right off. It just, you touch it to the paper and it's gonna put some mark down. If you touch it, I don't know why, but the ones that I use, the other brush pen that I reviewed that comes with the Copic, or well, no, not a Copic, it was Faber-Castell, their brush pen that comes with their pack. Not as soft, and I'm not necessarily saying one's better than the other. I like this because it has a more painterly style and it gives more variation, I feel like, in the line weight. You can get a lot more variation. Like, let me go ahead up here, and then if I just go like, oops. See, I don't really press that hard, but if I really wanted to and I took it slow, I could make a really thick line. Like that, all right? And I can't really do that with the other one. And I think if I really got it going, the water would flow better. See, yeah, now it's flowing a little better. It was a little dry up at the top, but now that I've got it coated with ink, I can make much thicker lines, and I can even get a rough brush quality a little bit if I need to. This would be great for kind of trying to do, if you guys like Chinese calligraphy type stuff, where, you know, there's like a little bird sitting on a branch. Not the best, but you can check out other stuff. I got inspired by Musashi's work. Do you know that's Shinmen Musashi, the famous swordsman? He was he did calligraphy and stuff like that, and painting, and he believed that you should study all arts. All right. So here I've got this little face going on. Let's go ahead and choose a different color, and I'm going to show you what I mean by the colors being quite vivid. All right. So here's like the lightest blue I have. And it's a beautiful blue, don't get me wrong. But it's not very light. So if I want to give them blue eyes, you see what I'm saying? They're going to be that color. Let's see the blues next to each other. Oops, I did 2 lines. Maybe I should just do 1. All right. And then this one, look, it doesn't matter what cap because they're all clear. That's kind of cool. So that's a little bit of a cooler blue. That's one thing that I'm noticing. Like, you'll get the greens that comes with a warm green as well as a cool green. So here's the cool dark green over here. Here's the cool warm green. Here's the warm dark green. Here's the warm light green. What is that? I feel like that's that's that like olivey color. So yeah, there's a decent selection with some, but then like for the blues here, the lightest blue I have isn't quite light enough for me, but I think if I'm using the watercolor paper with this, because it comes with just a pure water brush pen. So if I have, that's why this is like a pre-review. If I use the brush pen on the watercolor thing, I think I could spread out the pigment to get it to be lighter in a cool way and get some cool effects. So that's the thing. Like, I guess it's better to have pigments that are too strong than pigments that are too weak. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that maybe I just don't know how to work with them yet. But I feel like you can't it's almost like complaining that you got too much flavor. Like, all right, I'm not actually. It's funny because with food too, I don't like my food to be too flavorful. But or I guess I don't know. Whatever. My point is, to each their own. All right. So let's go ahead and color this in. I know this isn't the greatest drawing, but like I said, I have to hold the camera with one hand and do the thing with the other. So we're just gonna test out the art supplies. So right now, let's go color it in like this. All right. See, that's what you're gonna get, like this darker color. Honestly, it does look a little darker on here. Maybe I'll color grade this so it looks more proper. I'll do that. It looks more like what the eye sees. So that's how you do it if you are just coloring it in. But I like to do this. I'm kind of just leaving it rough. And then we're going to come back. So there is like you are capable of getting variance. This elf is creepy, man. Why is he so bald? So you can get a variance somewhat by how hard or light you push. And one thing I also really like about these brushes is they don't bleed through. Or I guess you can see it through, but there, yeah. Oh, magic. But basically, yeah, you're not going to see through. Except I did some tests, so let's go and let's hop over here and check out the tests. All right, if you put water on your regular sketchbook, you'll get a little bleed through, but that's to be expected. Don't put water on your regular sketchbook. And nope, I don't think this matters. Oh, here. So yeah, I do all these and nothing bled through. Yeah, look at that. All right, it's pretty dark, right? A lot of colors overlapping. It's right about here, but nothing. So that's good. All right, I like that. I like that feature or whatever that needs to happen. Uh-oh, drop the cat. All right, so the one thing I also like is that you can mix up using the using both of these on top of each other. So let's do some cross hatching with this. All right, let's say I get the brown one. I'm just gonna do some cross hatching, or even color it in. And I'm going to show you, oh, I can't show you, but basically I'll tell you what I did on the other ones, and then you'll have to tune in for the next time when I do another one of these kind of things. But this one had pencil sketch lines, these both had pencil sketch lines, and basically like at the end, after I had colored it in with the brush pens and everything like that, I just erased away, and the pencil sketch lines just disappeared, and it looked so much cleaner, man. It was really quite nice. So, so I think that's kind of a cool thing. So I just wanted to mess around with this a little bit. And yeah, if you guys have techniques or something or videos that have tutorials about these kind of art supplies that I could follow and learn and maybe adapt, and then I can make my own video to share with you guys and what I took away from that, please share a link or the name of the channel or whatever in the description, name of the video, and I'll go check that out. But yeah, I like working with both of these together. Let's go ahead and put up a new color on top of here. So let's go ahead and give them some light green hair. Won't that be lovely? Okay, so we're gonna just got a buzz cut. You know, he's like a basketball player elf. All right? No? Maybe? And then the thing is, I think, see, if I had done a clean sketch, if I had done my sketch with the pencil, then these scratchy lines, I could just erase them at the end. But the other thing I like is that you can stack your colors. It's just like if you were, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're painted. And right now I'm just messing around and having fun. I don't know what this green shadow stuff is all about. His hair is the same color as his shadow, I guess. Don't make no sense, good sir. Don't make no sense. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try out a little bit more. So let's see over here. Maybe I want to get this dark green color, and I'm gonna outline his hair. And it's like one of those things where, for me at least, maybe you guys are more confident with your colors, but I'm like, ugh, this is looking terrible. I was not liking the way, not because of the art supplies or anything, just because I don't know how to utilize them properly, or I don't have a strategy. So I'm kind of like learning and figuring it out as I go along. But I wasn't digging the way he looked at first, but now as I'm just kind of going along and having fun, I think the more you add colors and little details, the more fun nuances start to appear. And it's more like you're creating art. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a difference between, and there is a distinction, but definitely between design and art. All right? And design has a very, like, you're trying to accomplish something, you're trying to say something. All right? You see what I'm saying? You're not just making, like, or you're doing something practical. So art can say something for sure, but like design, you're trying to design, you have goals. You're like, I need to make something that meets these goals. It's gotta be an elf, it's gotta be a warrior, it's gotta have this, it's gotta have green hair. Then you doesn't make your best design. Art, I feel like, comes from a different place of expression, and the core of art is not what you see, but what's behind what you see. Maybe that's what it is. All right, here it is. I'm getting deep on you guys. Maybe I'll have to make a separate video once I think these thoughts out a little more thoroughly. But the idea is that art, concept art, focuses on what you see, the exterior, the outside, not concept art, but design kind of things. Maybe not. Maybe that's not true. Anyways, and then fine art, let's say concept art versus fine art. Fine art focuses on what's underneath more, and then shows the design. The design is secondary. What you see is secondary to the message behind it. All right? And so, like, this is maybe a concept art for an elven character, but then if I go ahead and do something like this. Oh, what's that? He's just messed it up. Did I? Or did I make it into art? Did I change it from design to art? Or did I just mess it up? I feel like a lot of you are just gonna say, yo, you just messed it up. But I'm gonna go ahead and just have fun with colors, man. Sometimes you just have to have fun with colors and just explore your life. Wow, that yellow is looking dark on the camera, but on the paper, it looks like a bright highlighter yellow. This is interesting. I think I'll be able to fix it in post. If it looks like a highlighter yellow, then you're seeing the right thing. If it's looking a little bit darker, then you're not seeing the right thing. So what is this? Is this a Lakers mascot now? I think it is. But I think the problem with me is now I'm like talking and making art. But I feel like when you're really making art, like when you're in the zone, look at this red color. Hold on, I'm gonna put some vivid, beautiful red. Some of these colors I just like using because they're so beautifully vivid. So let's go. Look at that. Look at that pigment. You got to understand too that pigments come from nature, man. Pigments come from nature. These aren't like printed out. These aren't coming out of a computer. These are like rocks and berries and minerals. You know, there's a whole book on this, on where different pigments came from, because it's kind of a big deal when you discover a new pigment. Now that we've kind of explored the whole world and we have pretty advanced technology or whatever, we can just, we've got most of the pigments we need. But like, for instance, what is a color that's kind of difficult to produce? I feel like there's one, but I can't think of it. To have a really rich, nice, maybe we have it all by now. Anyways, I think you get the point though, you know? That it can be fun noodling around with new art supplies and new colors, and that's what I'm going to do with these guys. And we'll see what I come up with. And it might not be the most, you know, it's not my strength, but yeah, it could be fun. Oops. All right. See, now I'm getting into art. This, just kind of drawing these squiggles, man. You see how I got silent? even though I'm not doing anything. There's no like, technically there's no wrong answer for the squiggles, I guess. But I'm actually focusing pretty hard to squiggle it the way I want it squiggled. You know what I mean? And not squiggle it the way I don't want it squiggled. Oh yeah, I wanted to do my... Have you guys seen my castle video? Alright, enough with the ranting, enough with the rambling. So, yeah, if you want to get some Arteza art supplies and simultaneously support this channel a little bit, you can use the affiliate link. If you don't want to support this channel, you could just type Arteza, I think, .com or whatever in the thing, or just Google it. Where is the name? There it is. And yeah, that's it. Peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone. Oh, and join the Cyber Nation. Join the Cyber Nation. All right, later, y'all.